Now before you erupt, yeah, I'm back again. Before you erupt, yeah, I know, going up and up and up. But the thing is, I thought I'd tone it down a bit, because of my mate Graham uses the glass. So I thought I'd tone it down to one of these. And it's even smaller than yours, Graham, the glass. So cheers. Yeah, so in that last vlog, talking about those fried, well, I mentioned in a comment, fried eggs. Don't fry nothing much these days. And those eggs, so I thought I'll have 2 as a snack earlier on after that dinner. I just had 2 fried eggs on toast. Bloody hell, bit of Lurpak. Lovely. Anyway, I've just watched your vlog, Graham, if you're watching, your deja vu, interesting stuff then, with a sensitivity. In a way, I'm glad I'm not a sensitive, and I'm sorry I'm not a sensitive, if that makes sense. As somebody who's not, and somebody, you know, what they class as normal, just doesn't sense anything or whatever, I think because it's got to have been with you from birth, because if it wasn't, you would freak out. So because you see it as normal when you were a kid, for example, say you're playing down the Gwyniau, Goblin Tower, by the Cat's Eyes, whatever, making dens and all that down there, you're there with your mates, and then you might see a woman or a bloke, or you'll see or sense something or hear something, and you wouldn't say anything, you won't be fazed by it, because you think, well, I've seen it and they've seen it, and they're not saying anything, so I won't say nothing. But in fact, when you get older into adulthood, it's been with you all your life, any sensitive, and somebody will say, well, actually, I don't see that, don't you? And then you'll say, well, I've seen it all the time. I see that woman down the Gwyniau all the time. And you think it's normal. But when you realise, probably, you think, bloody hell, I see it, but they don't. That's a bit freaky. But it won't faze you, because you're used to it, sort of thing. You know, it's I suppose you can switch off from it, and then you can put it on when you need to. I don't know. But I have noticed one thing with, only from what I've seen in your videos, and they can be any video, they can be a paranormal video, they can be a walking video, they can be a vlog, and the way you've described what you've felt, what you've sensed, seems to me to have got stronger in the last year. And this is what I said in a vlog a while ago. Sometimes when people have these it's a sixth sense, it's, you know, and obviously it's shut for me, but it's open for you and people like you. And sometimes when you actually know you have that sensitivity, and you use it knowing you've got it, even though things come to you normally and you'll see things and you just look at it, yeah, I've seen it before. I think it'll grow stronger. You know, because you're seeing orbs in the day. It could develop into seeing an actual figure in the end, or it might not be a complete figure, it might be a shape, but you would tell it's a human shape or whatever. But you know, it could develop. I think it's got stronger in the last year. But interesting stuff, that. very interesting stuff. And in regards to hulking, I know you'd investigate on your own, you know, which is the best way really. I think, especially the way I want to investigate, which is, and a lot of other investigators who I know as well, who like to investigate scientifically, which means just using equipment. And I've always said a medium or a sensitive, in some circumstances they do work better with more people, but only for the reason of gathering more energy from a crowd. But other than that, people are a hindrance. Especially when you come to edit an investigation. If you're on your own, or like I say, a house is empty, you know then 100% where you are. But otherwise, it's a nuisance and it's a hindrance. So, but one thing I would like to do is, especially hulking, as you say, I would like to come and film you going in. Not a word from me. I don't believe in, when you go there, especially a medium or a sensitive or a psychic even, they have to be left alone to concentrate 100%. This is anybody who's watching who's not a sensitive. Somebody like that has to be left alone because their mindset has to go, you know, and they have to use every sensitivity they can, and it is a strong place, isn't it? You know, it's hulking. So I would like to film that one day. I'll come and just film you, you know. Just if I see any difference in you, I would say, like, you know, you seem to have gone pale, or you. But otherwise, I wouldn't interfere. It's just there for filming, because I believe you get better results when you can concentrate 100% on what you're doing. But anyway, we'll do that one day, if you fancy it. Other than that, 5%. Cheers. Only having a couple of them just helps to send you to sleep. So that's it. Been a good Sunday, nice and relaxed. This is a second upload. So bloody hell, who's lucky, eh? Or unlucky? Yeah, so anyway, that's it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.